All right. Welcome, everyone. We are here this morning for our Global Heart Resonance, Good of the Whole presentation and participatory experience here. As you can see, we have the world behind me. In front of me is trucks and buses and beautiful mountains. And so we are here for the 40 days reconnection with self, each other, the earth. And today we're still in the experience of the sacred within all life. So with that comes the sacred within everyday life. So this is Shelley, darling, and I wanted to invite you to our Heart Resonance participatory call where we come together to really dive into this unified field, and with the focus of listening, deeply listening to the emergent thread of this collective consciousness as it's speaking through us and as us. And so that's a unique slice of this field of love and how it expresses itself and how it informs us as a collective. And a little bit about good of the whole. As stewards of the good of the whole, we are really intentionally building this field of coherence with each other and cultivating this ethos of wholeness. So going deep into this grace of being whole beings, contributing to and in service of the greater whole. So we're here to uplift each other. If you're looking to participate with us on a greater level, come to loveliveshere.today. And this experience of the 40 days doesn't end right here, or it's not too late. It's an open experience for you to step in and really feel the resonance of these contributions. So welcome. So today we'll be attuning with this home frequency, opening to our infinite potential, and providing a generative mutual support as we activate this vibrational presence here. So today's focus is love is all. And there are many of us that have just literally come from 5-day retreat in Loveland, Colorado, and where we all connected in really generating this field together. And love is all is this deep presencing, and it's also a song from Pamela Jane Gerrand, and we'll be sharing a little bit more about that as well. So with that, we always open up with a resonance, and I'm going to hand it over to June Steiner, and she can bring us into a collective field together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our sacred time this morning. And I'd just like to invite you for a moment to close your eyes, perhaps put your hands on your heart, and just begin a journey inside to the sacred within all life. And when I say inside, I'm asking that we all just let go of the world around us, let go of the busyness, the thoughts, the activities, and just move into that place. If you can go back and back and back in time to that first moment, that first sacred moment of awareness within your being. Whether it was just as an energy form, whether it was as a being already created, whether it was just a thought. But to move yourself back into that precious, deep, holy place within yourself. Perhaps imagine for a moment holding a rose in your hand and looking deeply into the center of the rose. And with the rose's permission to begin to take one petal off at a time, as an unfolding, as an opening to that sacred deep within us all. So with each deep breath you take, each silent prayer of entering into that sacred space within yourself, know that you're joined with all other beings as they too go to their sacred place within. That sacred place that needs nothing else but just our awareness of the depth and the beauty and the love that lies there. That sacred place within us calls every moment of our lives for us to create more love, to touch into the depth of what it means to be alive, and to bring forth those gifts of love. No matter how we give them or receive them, they're sacred gifts that allow us to connect to every other being, every other plant life, every rock, every piece of soil, every animal, every star, everything that is in our lives begins with the sacred. So now I'm going to read a poem about love is all. Holy wind, blow through me, cast away my suffering. Sing your truth down to my bones, for love is all. Love is all. Holy wind, I'll do my part. Make a sail of my heart. Bind me to your ship of love. I hear you call. Love is all. Sweet Sophia, make us wise. Shakti, fill us with your fire. O Shekinah, make us whole, for love is all. Love is all. In a world of war and woe, wash away these tears that flow. Warm our hearts so cold with fear. Draw us near, draw us near. May all beings be set free from their pain and suffering. Holy wind, the angels call, for love is all. Love is all. Holy winds, the angels call, for love is all. Love is all. Just following the sound of the sacred love inside, gifted to the whole universe, the whole cosmos, and to each and every other sentient being, giving great gratitude for that sacred place within us that calls us home every moment of every day. Now just bringing your attention and your awareness back to our circle, giving great gratitude for each and every one of us. Aho.
Thank you, June. Wow. So I was going to read another piece out to the cosmos here, but I feel like that is enough for right now, just to allow us to deepen into this space of love is all. You know, what is that What does that mean for each one of us? And how do we carry that in our bones? And how is that love opening our hearts? For me, over the past few days and weeks and even longer, it's been opening to a deeper vulnerability in myself, a deeper intimacy, that a deeper layer of that. And it's been really challenging, really, really challenging. And at the same time, if we can hold and understand through the confirmations that we've already had that we're always being moved into a place of our greater potential, our greatest potential. That whatever is happening, it's always happening for greater peace, greater love. And that's a challenge in itself, to really, more than believe it, to really know it in these bones. So we're just going to open and pass this beautiful, liquid, resilient crystal of love for those of us that are here. And I will end with this deep sharing by Karina Shah, because I feel like it's moving in the field, these wild spirals of love. So I'm going to, music just came on. I'm going to pass this crystalline talking stick.
Well, Kate wants to pick up that crystalline talking stick to say thank you, June, for that beautiful resonance. And I was thinking about the first moment of awareness and how that's so many moments that build upon one another, and how our awareness deepens. And I got to be in Shelley's presence for the first time, and within the presence of all of these beautiful. So as you were reading the words to Pam, she brought me home yesterday, her CDs, and to hear her sing as we were gathered in a collective. She's such a humble, beautiful earth angel that she would say she was singing all of our heart songs. And we were so connecting our heart threads at this event that it really felt like this whole merging of Good of the Whole with Pamela's song just feels like a great opening place. And her ability to sing is truly heart opening. She would call it a sound wash, like a sage smudge, a sound smudge. And I just can't express so much how wonderful it was to hear those words put into song and to be in the presence of so many people. It feels like if everyone could experience the love gauntlet, if you can make it through the love gauntlet, you're forever kind of immersed in this field that is just this constantly liquid moving place that we're creating in every moment and creating from in every moment. And so honored to be in circle. It feels very special to just have three beautiful ladies here today. And I'll return the talking stick. Thank
you. Your beautiful smile, Kate, is so welcoming. And your words really bring back to me that sense of awareness of where I am at any moment. If I can stay aware of my presence and where I am, then I can use love in a way that is very different than searching for love or saying love. And I was thinking of what you were saying also, Shelley, about difficulties. And I think if I can stay in love, if I can remember love and those difficulties come to me, I always have a choice of whether or not I can say, is there love here somewhere underneath all those layers of stress and pain and all that kind of thing? And if I can, then somehow I can work through it and come out the other side and say, wow, that was very important. It wasn't fun, but it was deeply important. But when I can't find love in there, when I get caught in the other feelings, boy, it's a hard road. And my road goes up and down, as I'm sure most people's do. But it's just that poem and Shelley, the way in which you invite all of us into love is so, I just hope you know how incredibly powerful that is, and how inviting it is for us to go to those places. So I love this poem that we read today, and the song. I'd love to hear it sung. I have not heard it being sung, but it's sitting here in my heart and reminding me that no matter what comes in front of me, if I can come from that place, then I'll know no matter what's happening, if I find the love in it, I'll be the love in it. So I'm complete. I hope.
And on the heels of that, with just three of us being here, I feel like I need to say just, yes, Shelley, your words. It seems like the field speaks through you. I'm calling her this ambassador of love. I'm just thanking you for all of us that we do so appreciate this. I call it an exploration into deeper love. And you know what, that big word and what it really means to us. You help us break it down and make it real for each of us. And I just had to, after June's words, say I echo that. Thank you.
Well, I just have to pass it over to the universe, because it's like we are all ambassadors of love. I'm going to start tearing up here because it's been quiet here. Like no music has been playing. And as soon as this call went on, all of a sudden this song about love came on, and it's really, really deeply understanding that this field itself is conscious and intelligent, and our hearts are solely connected to this incredible field, right? And when we align with that, when we feel that, that's what all resonance is where we feel that sense of connection to source itself, and we become these miraculous conduits, right? And then we just start living this life. When we feel supported, we start taking risks to live our passion and to live in our glory. This morning I was walking down in Boulder, Colorado. I had to walk down this big kind of steep hill to find out where I could go. And this song came on in my head about reframing our stories to feel love's glory, right? Reframing our stories to feel love's glory within us. It was so like, I don't even know where it came from. And I feel like that's it. Can we make the conscious choice to reframe our stories? And even to go as far as to embody and picture the experience of having loving parents, having a loving experience. What is that taste of unconditional love that we can embrace so that we can let go of what no longer serves us? And for many of us, what no longer serves us is a story of what we came in with. We came in with consciousness and a purpose and a passion for life. We came in with innocence and love and grace. We look at a child, a little baby, in its first hours and beyond, and we see that purity of love and light. And it's really an opportunity to reflect. I don't know where this comes from. It's just like moving, but, just this river of life, as Nina was saying, this river of surprise as it's unfurling within us. You know, that's our choice to be a part of that. And I feel like this is a, you know, there may only be 3 of us, but this is a potent expression, you know, really wanting to say, come, dive in. You know, that's what we're here for. The 3 of us are simply just like this. If you heard this music, you would just be like, oh my God, you know, it's playing for us and through us, you know, and see, don't ever look back. That's what's it saying? Like, don't look back. Just be in that presence of love. And I'm complete, and we'll hand over this crystalline musical talking stick.
Hi. I think what's so marvelous is to see the background of where you are, Shelley, and to know that you've created a sacred space right there with the people, the noise, the songs, the everything else. It's like they're all there waiting for this to happen in their awareness and in their lives. And so it's perfect. I can't imagine it not being in a better situation or a better place. And your ability to hold that is what's amazing. And so I can feel all those who aren't on the call right now, because they've just been through a busy weekend or busy whatever they've been involved in, but I can feel them here. And, just the 3 of us holding that space for everybody right now is just bringing them all into our awareness and bringing us into their awareness. Just is really heart-filling and is love. So I'm complete.
Yes, indeed. A beautiful example of how Shelley's able to hold the space of love wherever she is. This love lives here, is that container that she takes with her everywhere. And indeed, we can all be ambassadors of love. We can all be those containers. And thank you for the lessons in how to do that. But the confirmations and the interaction from the universe, and just the perfect song in the moment is always, just always nice to hear.
So the thing, pulling that thread forward, I'm just remembering something that was coming through. It's like that we are carrier waves. We are carrier waves. Everything is energy. Everything is the movement. And when we soften our bodies and start to feel like these rivers of joy and of love, right? We become carrier waves. And I don't think it's any different than, when we talk about Dr. Emoto and what he brought through about this consciousness of gratitude and love, and speaking it to the water, speaking it to our drinking water, speaking it to the lakes and rivers. Well, we are that, right? And within that, we're carrier waves of this light and love. And I think the more we can, put ourselves in a situation where we can feel the sense of community, this greater river flowing. And that's really what, for me, good of the whole and love lives here. Thanks for bringing that in, Kate. Just that love lives here is just that chalice or reservoir of love, the recognition and the opening to feeling that influence of those waves coming in and through us. That we do belong. That's a really big thing. We come into this life and there's, oh my God, I'll share this. This is amazing. So last night, Kathy and Ted and Darlis and myself and Nahid and some others, went to this TEDx talk in Boulder. And it was so powerful, especially after that experience all weekend. And like you're saying, Kate, that you know, we are holding the field for the greater whole, right? It's those at the convergence, it's those that have been tapping in. And so it was about truth and daring. And Nahid's daughter had a major part to play in that. What was coming to me right now in this moment was this incredible man that got up and he told the story of how his life of abuse and bullying drove him to want to shoot people. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is what was happening on this. And he was there live to tell how he was cutting and he had no experience of love at all in his life. And how at one point he actually finally went for help, and the social services put him back with his mother, who was the, you know, really part of the environment that was so abusive and not healthy. And when they did that, he just decided that was it, and he started looking for a gun. And his consciousness went to the point, well, if I'm not worthy of anything, then what's the point of living? And not more than that, I'm taking life down with me. And he went and he found a gun. And he said that he had this best friend and this one person that would show up, that no matter what, would just say, hey, come for that cup of coffee. I want to listen to you. I want to hear you. And happened to show up in this day where he finally got this gun. But that person didn't even blink an eye and held the space for him, just inviting him into just 1 millisecond of love. And in that moment, it changed his life, and he put the gun down. So he never went, but he had planned out the shooting. He knew exactly where to do it, you know, and he said, it is a school or it is a mall. Those are the two places. And he was there, and he knew from that point on, he said, and he had brought with him his wife. He now has a wife and 2 children. And that one best friend who held that space for him that love was able to come in enough for him to find that choice. And he was saying, please be that friend to that person who has a lowly life, who has no choices other than, you know, what he was describing. He said, you can make a difference. And I broke down. I mean, I felt like, you know, this is who we can be to those ones that are whatever, homeless, lost, gone, you know, because he said in sending him back to that social services, it was only, you know, what are the FBI going to do? What are the social services going to do? It's you who can make that difference. And so I feel really grateful. At the end, I went up to him and shared, you know, just said thank you and handed him a Love Lives Here card and said, look, you know, if there's any way we can support you, and we need your voice. We need to know what that experience is, and to understand that we're all love beings. You know, it's just circumstance that creates the space of not having any sense of belonging. So, you know, just so powerful. And I'll just add that Anahita's share, her piece was at the very end, she came out in, I don't know what it's called, but the Iranian, you know, dress, you know, and she said, my legs never saw the sunlight. You know, my heart never felt that connection. And then she basically takes off her dress and tells the story of embodied love, that we have to come in and really, as women, feel our bodies and bring that love and embody that love. And you know, so hopefully at Love Lives Here, we're going to be able to share both those videos. And as Kate was, I just want to finish with Pamela Gerrand's music. If you go to Good of the Whole Facebook page and you listen to the 15-minute resonance, that's one way Pamela sang that song out to the good of the whole, to everybody. So you can find it there, as well as going, I think it's PamelaJaneGerrand.com, and I'll post it with this video, you know. But if you look up Love Is All, Pamela Jane Gerrand, you'll find it on YouTube. It's just, I feel like this is, woo, what a power and energy that's coming through here this morning. So with that, I thank you for allowing just a little bit share, and I pass this musical crystal and talking stick. And we'll just keep going because it's pouring out here.
Well, I guess I have to speak to the river because when I did have the mic earlier, I meant to because at this, as we were talking about how our heart threads are connected, we had to team up with two people, and I end up with Linda. And Linda speaks of this golden river that's flowing through me. And she says, but there's thoughts that get in the way and dam up that river. And I don't know, it's just really powerful the way she said that to me, making it more recognizable that, oh yeah, that's all there is. And if I can just, you know, keep getting those thoughts, getting them where they need to go. So, you know, of course, it's our internal joke is, Linda, thank you for the damn lesson, you know. Anyway, I had to speak to the river of love that was flowing through me. And maybe we all need a damn lesson once in a while. But when you get it from Linda Rosenthal, wow, she's so special. You're all special. Turn the tongue and stay.
I've been blessed this week. Well, actually, for the last several weeks, I may have mentioned it before, but I was cutting back my rose bushes and exposed a hummingbird nest. And I had no idea that a hummingbird right next to our driveway and right there. But anyway, I thought, oh my goodness, I've exposed it. So I ran back in the house. Somewhere on my porch, I had artificial leaves, and I brought them out and put them on my rose bush. And but then I've had the incredible experience of watching this mama bird lay eggs and sit on them and let me come within, actually this close, to take pictures and just to say hello to her. And now the babies are alive, and you just see these little beaks up. She sits right on top of them. I don't even know how they breathe, but it's such a the love it brings out in me, just being present for that experience, and the willingness to let everything else go. The noise, like where you are, Shelley, the noise on the street, the everyday going on. It's like there's this sacred little event going on right in front of me and around me, no matter what else is happening, that I can tune into, because every time I go out, I go and say hello to Mama and her babies, and it just takes me into this tender, deep love place of such gratitude that I could be blessed in that way. And I think that's what I want to remember. I want to remember that if I'm willing, I can find those blessed events around me every day. It's just, am I willing to take the time and that awareness and just put it out there and say, where can I find that place today, and be with it? Give gratitude to it and let it seep inside me, because that's what fills my love. That's what helps me to give back love and to be love. And it's like sitting down to a glorious meal, in the sense that it's so nourishing to allow those things to come into my life. So I'm just absolutely delighted at my sacred hummingbird and her little babies that are coming into the world. So I'm complete.
Well, I'm feeling to just invite us into just taking a few moments, going into that pause and breathing into this golden river of life. And just allow that showering of grace and power. It's like, it's our power. Love is our power. And love is magic, you know, as being shared. These, you know, I had a similar experience before I left from Florida. You know, the babies, the mother bird built a nest right in front of the window. And I feel like nature itself is wanting us to get it, wanting to offer herself, you know, just come see, you know, this majesty of life, you know, this, the glory of life as it's happening, and then in our aliveness, you know, let it rip, you know. And so with that ripping comes a lot of stuff that has to come up and out and move, you know, like was being said, you know, like this dam inside, you know. Isn't it interesting that someone got the idea of damming up the rivers, you know, the blood of the earth, the veins of the earth, the, you know, blocking the bowels, the movement of the waters, you know. What's happening? Less and less life, pollution, because those rivers are being dammed. And so we're here to just really, I mean, I see this time as a time to really unblock that, to open, to trust, to allow the expression to come forth. Feel the rising of energy through our vocal cords in connection to the heaven above and the earth below. You know, we can have it. You know, this is, I think this has been like the most powerful day, you know, just to not just be in it, you know, to understand that sacred environment exists anywhere. And we can be, I mean, I think this is really, I mean, in a million years, you could not have told me that this would be the experience, you know, just like this, you know, that we can dance in this life, movement, you know, be it in Starbucks, be it in an auditorium, you know, be it in a sacred environment. We're so used to trying to make it be, you know, in a sacred environment. So this is, I think this is like wild, you know. And I think with that, I'm going to read into the field this wild spiral of love, and we'll just all take this into our hearts. And I think this is amazing. So I'm just going to take a moment here and just pull it back up again here. Oops, I just lost it. Hold on. Okay. Uh-oh, something. Hold on one second. Here it comes. All right. So this is a gift this morning that showed up. I don't know how, it was the first thing I saw, so I'm going to just totally trust it. And it's a gift from Karina Shah, who the grandmother speaks through. And I'll share at the end how you can connect with her. And we'll be putting a blog post on and adding it to the digest tonight so that you can see it. So she received this transmission, this code activation, and it's called The Wild Spiral of Love. Seems to fit today with the music going and everything else. Uh-oh, I keep losing that. Why this? Bear with me for 1 minute. Well, I'm just going to read the beginning. Inviting everyone just to keep breathing here. Okay, I got it. The universe can't dam this up, this river of love. All right. So placing this offering from our heart out to the world as we're having this experience, allowing these harmonic octaves of illumined grace show up. Right. The wild spiral of love. The wild spiral of love returns us home to the garden of our pure heart. In ancient forests and secret places still untouched, we feel the verdant, green, lush, fertile soul ringing out, calling to us to wake the light back into our lives. Hearing our songs of living, breathing love pulsing with the dawn of this new day arriving, there in the secret grove beyond the veil of this life is the oasis of green and gold, held in the memories and the myths of the ancient ones who uphold the mother tongue of love for all. Here we sit and listen. Mother guardian of the primordial language of love, you who hold the seeds of our dancing remembrance, please be patient with us, still learning to listen. We have been struggling to survive in a long, hot drought and thirst for connection, and may not remember how to breathe as once was so perfect and whole. We are slowly beginning to put down our distractions and reach inward towards the seed that calls our names. The seed that carries this wild spiral of love. To you, O Mother, spiral of love, there comes the light of Christos, your lover and consort, who brings forth this radiant peace to rain down the dew of this divine covenant with the beloved. As he champions the nectar of our heart and honors the gate of our womb with the tender fingers of his sweet kiss of light, where these two merge, there flows a stream of pure consciousness. Here lives in all of us, awaiting our remembrance of the soft footfall as we walk once again upon the green and golden path of this wild spiral of love. So we thank you, Karina Shah, Grandmother Alushama, for this gift this morning. And we thank each and every one of you for participating in this beautiful call. Ambassadors of love, all of us, really. And with that, we're going to end in our choir of Yum with this wild music behind me. And and just for those of you who are listening, please join us now every Monday. We're here. We're considering having the 8 a.m. Live resonance attunement. We'll have to see how that fits in, but stay tuned through Good of the Whole. And from this point on, you need to register with Good of the Whole. Love Lives, the Global Heart Resonance Call, which happens every week at this time, where you can come and have this experience, participate with us, and build this field of coherence out. That's really what we're doing. We're connecting with this greater light web. So with that, we can all take ourselves off mute, and you can see us all here, and we're going to ripple out this beautiful yum.
Yeah, the vibes that we found in the Hummingbird.
Yum, yum, yum. Love you all. See you next week. Aho. Aloha. Thank you. Thank you, June. Thank you, Kay.